Hi everyone. Today we're going to go over June 2012 final exam review. I know the school year has officially been closed, but we're still going to touch upon some review for the remainder of the year. I hope everyone's doing well. If you have any questions with any of this, please make sure that you just send me a quick email. We're just going to do 2 pages a day. And there are going to be some that we skip based on the remainder of the year. Some units, I think there's 2 more units that we didn't touch upon, so those particular questions I'm just going to go ahead and skip. The first question is a series question. We didn't get to that unit. You guys should be comfortable with finding the next number or the nth number in a sequence, but this one asked to find the sum. Okay, so we're going to move right on to question 2, so you can cross question 1 right off. This one asks for distance. Distant, you guys can go ahead and use your formula. We have y2 minus y1 squared plus x2 minus x1 squared. Okay, you guys can go ahead and substitute in. We have our y values. We have y1, y2. So we have -4 minus 3. We're going to square that plus my x values. If you start with this y value, you have to start with that y value for the x2. So we have 2 minus the -5 squared. You guys can see this negative. It's going to make a positive. So we have, make sure this goes in parentheses. This -7, the whole quantity is being squared. Plus 7 squared. So we get 49 plus 49. That's going to give us a square root of 98. All right, now you guys have to always make sure that you simplify the radical. You want to find the largest perfect square that goes into that radical evenly. So we have 49 and 2 gives us 98. 49 is the largest perfect square that goes into 98 evenly. The square root of 49 is 7, so we have 7 radical 2 as our final answer. So the distance between -5, 3 and 2, -4 is 7 radical 2. All right, again, in order to go ahead and solve for x, you're going to be doing the opposite operation of a cubed root. That's going to be cubing, so you're going to cube both sides. When you cube and cube root, they're inverse operations. They cancel each other out. You're left with x minus 4 equals 2 cubed, which is 2 times 2 times 2. That's 8. We're going to add 4 to both sides of the equation, and x is equal to 12. All right, this is another arithmetic sequence. You don't have to do it. You can cross that one right out. Moving right along, we're going to be going to question 5. This one is a log, and in order to go ahead and do this log right here, you guys can go ahead and we have log 4x equals log. You're going to add log to both sides of the equation. You have this exponent right here. You're going to take that exponent and you're going to put it out in front here. Okay, the exponent goes out. You're left with x times log of 4 equals log of 630. Now you're going to solve for x. You're going to do the opposite operation. The inverse operation of multiplication is division. So you're going to divide both sides by log of 4. And throw that into your calculator, hit log 630 divided by log of 4, and you're going to get this long decimal, 4.649604009. It does say to round to the nearest tenth, so you guys can go ahead. X is equal to 4.6. Okay, this one right here is just formula substitution, so you're going to go ahead and sub that in for your b value. So you have 5 times 6 squared minus 4 raised to the 1/5 power. We have 5 times 36 minus 4 raised to the 1/5. 5 times 32 raised to the 1/5. Okay, right now you guys can go ahead and do exponents first. Okay, so you work inside the parentheses. Now you're going to do exponents. This is your power. This is your root. Okay, so you have, I'm going to move this over here, 5. We have the 5th root of 32 raised to the 1st power. And the 5th root of 32, we have 5 times 2, which is going to give us 10. Okay, this one right here, is it a factor? You guys can always determine if it's a factor by using long division. Make sure you have all your terms, 3, 2, 1, and 0. So you guys can set this up. You take your coefficients. We have 3, -4, 2, and -1. You're going to do the opposite, which is -1 right here. You're going to bring this down, and then you multiply and add. So we have -1 times 3, that's going to give us -3, -4 plus -3, -7, and negative, positive 9. We get a remainder of, so our final answer right here is going to be 3x squared minus 7x plus 9, and then we have -10 over x plus 1. So you guys should realize that no, because the remainder does not equal 0. So is this a factor? No. If this was a remainder of 0, then it would be a factor. If it's not, it's not. That means if you were to take and multiply this times this right here, you would not get this, obviously, because you have that remainder. Okay, this one right here, find the 4th term. Again, this is series and sequencing. You guys can go ahead and cross that one off. And last but not least, this right here is where you start, and this is where you end. This number out in front is just going to be multiplied. So we have 2. What you're going to say is you're going to substitute 1 in for k, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 in for k, and find the sum. So we have 3 times 1 minus 1 plus 3 times 2 minus 1 plus 3 times 3 minus 1 plus 3 times 4 minus 1 and 3 times 5 minus 1. And you're going to add all of that up together and multiply that by 2. So 3 minus 1, that's going to give us 2. 6 minus 1, 5, 9 minus 1, 8, 12 minus 1, 11, and 15 minus 1, that's going to give us 14. You're going to add all that up and multiply by 2, whoops, and you get a final answer of 80. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions with any of those, please feel free to message me. Have a great day.